Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, as you know, we always start out by tuning to A440, so please begin. Excellent. The first exercise we do is for tone. We divide our lessons, as you know, into 3 portions.
We've got the tuning and the warming up, the technical exercises, and then etude and solo.
Very good, and sometimes we add in an orchestral
Excerpts, yeah.
Right. So we're going to begin with a sample of a tone warm-up, and it's by Moise, and it's called
De la Sonorite.
Oh, I like your accent.
Thanks. And would you like vibrato or no vibrato?
Let's do no vibrato for now. And now, as you continue, you may add a very smooth, not too heavy vibrato.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now as you continue, I'd like the first time to be forte and the second time piano. With attention to not dropping the pitch when you play piano. You're going to do what to avoid that?
Move my diaphragm muscles, and if it's necessary, roll out the slightest bit.
Excellent. Yeah. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Dropping just a tiny bit in pitch, so you may need to roll out slightly. And do we tighten the muscle or do we keep it moving?
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Let's start on F again.
Okay.
2, 3. The first note was excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. So keep the diaphragm muscle moving for the second note.
Okay.
Same one again. 2, 3.
Yeah.
You did better that time.
Thank you.
It's at the very end that it tends to sag.
Okay.
One more. Next one on down from E. 1, 2, 3. Better.
Thanks.
As you can tell, that's a chronic problem for flutists. We tend to go flat when we're running out of air. So this is a great way to practice the De La Sonorite. Forte the first time, and piano the second, with attention to pitch when you're piano by rolling out and moving your diaphragm muscle. The rolling out is less of a solution. The diaphragmatic support is more of a solution. So I'd like you to practice it that way this week.
Okay.
And now here's a sample of our technical warm-up. And who wrote this book?
Tofnell and Gobert.
That's right. They were teachers at the Paris Conservatory, and they wrote these torture devices for us.
Yep.
Now, what tempo do you usually do it?
Maybe 90 or something. I don't know. We can.
All right, here we go. And we do this a little differently. We do low, middle, high, so we get up into the high range right away.
Yep.
Okay, you can demonstrate that for us. Breathe at the end of the first line at this tempo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at this tempo, you can breathe at the end of the first line.
Got it.
Okay, next one, middle register. Good. Excellent. Now, can you do that without taking the extra beat to breathe? I know I told you to practice it with the extra beat at first, but can you show me how you can eliminate that and breathe more quickly?
Yes.
know, what is the goal of this exercise? To play
evenly.
evenly. And as you can hear, our fingers want to be really lumpy.
Mm-hmm.
And what we want is, right? So let's slow it down just a little bit so we can listen for that. Better.
Okay.
Now notice how easy it is to add that pinky.
Yeah.
So a little more time between E, D, and E flat.
Got it.
And sometimes I try tonguing it. It's easier for me to play evenly when I'm articulating. Mm-hmm. Try that same one tongued for evenness. Excellent. Now can you play that evenly but slurred? Mm-hmm. But you can hear that would be worth practicing at home. Definitely. And I recommend that. First I'll tongued and then I'll slurred to compare for evenness.
Yeah.
So that's a sample of our technical warm-up. There's many, many, many other ones that we could go into, but this is the good starter, Tapanelko Bear number 1. Now I'd like to hear a sample of your weekly etude. And this is from the Selected Studies.
Correct.
And the composer is?
Kohler.
Mm-hmm. That's a familiar name in Wisconsin.
Yes, it is.
But I think it's a different Kohler.
Yeah, it is.
And what key is this in?
G major.
What was the other option that you were looking for?
D minor.
What would be the relative minor?
The relative minor would be E minor.
E minor.
E minor.
But how did you decide it was in G major then?
I looked at the last.
The last note's a good clue because that's usually the tonic.
Usually ends in this.
Okie dokie. Whenever you're ready. I'd like you to pay special attention to dynamics. Excellent. I'm glad you took a chance on that crescendo, even if it got a little crack. At least you went for it. But notice, what kind of piano is this when it's sudden? What is the name for that?
Oh, it's for
Subito.
Yeah.
Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Subito. Subito piano. So surprise us.
Okay.
This D sharp will be loud and this E will be soft. Can you demonstrate that for me? Play these 4 notes plus this 1 note piano. So crescendo 4 notes, sudden piano on the last one. Do you think it would help to start a little softer to show more crescendo?
Okay.
Okay, that's the idea. Now can you incorporate that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice! Now this time you can continue. See how that kind of feels like a big surprise?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Oh, but then stay piano. Much better that time.
Thank you.
It's harder for us as we go higher to stay piano, so you must challenge yourself to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to this articulation that you were just doing, can it be a little lighter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's
better?
much nicer. Okay, continue. And when we articulate, we're supposed to remember not just the tongue, but the air, the sound. So use some air, but still stay light. The first one was perfect. The E's were perfect. Can you do the same thing when you get to the D's? Use air behind the tongue, not just the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Going as you articulate on the D's. Good. That's you do with the air. Now
Okay.
lighten up the tongue a little bit behind it, in front of it. Nice. See how much lighter that is?
Mm-hmm.
The first way I felt was a little harsh. You know, it needs
I
to be
agree.
nice and light. I knew you heard it. You have good ears.
Thanks.
Okay, now I'd like to have a little sample of your solo. And tell us what you'll be playing.
Concertino for Flute and Piano by Cecile Chaminade.
Very good. And if I'm not mistaken, you've done pretty well with this piece here and there.
Yeah, I have.
You've had some
toot my
kudos.
own horn.
Well, I will toot it for you.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Which section would you like to play for us today?
Maybe, I don't know, what do you think best demonstrates the piece?
I think you could start at the beginning, and then I'll be cruel and ask you for something later
Okay.
in the piece. Okay. Piano. You learn so quickly.
Thanks.
And it also applies to what we were talking about with pitch. Did you hear what happened to the pitch?
It went flat. Yeah.
It went a little bit flat. So bravo for the subito piano. And now add the breath support, the movement of the diaphragm muscle, and maybe if necessary a slight turning out. So let's practice that. Go practice it the same way you did the other subito piano. A few notes before and then one note.
Okay.
Don't give it away.
Yeah.
So let's hear your loud F sharp and the soft one. We want them to be the same pitch. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, now play the passage. It's almost there. It's just almost there with like one tiny little bit. One more time. Excellent. I really like the way you're listening for pitch and vibrato and all those important things. Now I'd like to ask you to play a little bit of the cadenza.
Okay.
And the one thing I want to encourage you to do in the cadenza, since it's unaccompanied, is to take your time.
Okay.
We always panic, or I'll speak for myself. I
I
tend to
already
panic in cadenzas, and I forget to realize how important the silence is and how important it is to create anticipation. So use all your tools in a cadenza, your dynamics, your tone, your expression, your technique. Dazzle us, but also enchant us. Show us what you can do with this beautiful cadenza. A moment of repose. Good. What's the tendency of that note pitch-wise?
Flat.
The
No,
C sharp?
Oh, sharp.
It tends to be sharp,
Yeah.
so aim it down. Okay, try the harmonic.